Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Voice of TOD. I'm Tom, and today we're going to watch a Halo thing. Because I like Halo, even though it sucks. We're still waiting for them to go live, as you can see here. In fact, has it... Let's refresh. Has it kicked off? I don't know, YouTube can be a bit funny with the whole live thing. I hope it's okay. I hope we're good. I really hope this is good. And I already know it's not for me. This is PvP, so I'm not going to be completely dialed into this. But the information they've been dropping has been very nice. Career rank is incredible. Should have been there day one. I think everything we're going to see here should have been there day one. That aside, because I'm sick of banging that drum. Career rank is impressive. Here we go. You guys hear it? Let's go full screen, get rid of the chat. Can I hear it? Yes, I can hear it. So, yeah, it's a tough one. It's a real tough one. But aside from the fact that we're still living in a world where all of this stuff should have come out at launch, Infection is looking incredible. It's always been a fun game mode. It was great in Halo 3. It was great in Halo 5. I probably didn't play it in Halo 4, I'll be honest. Oh no, I did, because it was a really messed up Spartan Flood model. Really cool. I like this, and I like that this ties into the Season 3 narrative, which isn't much. You know, 18 months on, we've only really had one season of narrative. I don't remember Season 2. I didn't really play much Season 2, to be fair. But I like this. I like that they're drip feeding in all these little things, and it's allowing them to bring in these game modes. So I'm okay with this. I think on the whole the game is running very smoothly. I played some this week. I reluctantly did all of the weekly challenges and unlocked the battle rifle skin because it's a skin for the... it's a coating. I'll get the terminology right. I unlocked it because it's for a battle rifle. And while I'll never use the skin, coating, I love a battle rifle. I love my Betsy. So I played maybe 5 hours of it this week. I had mostly fun. I was jumping around game modes. They seemed pretty stable. There was always matches there. The timers, the estimated, minute and a half until the match, weren't always accurate. It was usually a lot quicker than that, which is good. There's obviously people playing it. People are hyped for Season 4. The two new maps that we've seen, they're doing... Oh, don't know what it's called, but they're redoing Plaza. Hopefully we'll see that in this. That was a fun map. Forest looks really good. The other one that's on the banished thing with the lava, it looks pretty cool. The big team map. I watched the video that they dropped yesterday of just a little drone flyby of all of the cool little stuff. The maps look fun. The maps, there's maps I don't like, but there's also some really solid maps in this, and there needs to just be more. Forge helps. Forge is massive. But it's all looking good. We going with the trailer? No. No, we're looping. Okay. Fair enough. I don't think it'll start until 9. But it's cool. It's fine. You are muted. Also, I won't be offended if you do the whole Twitch drops thing. They're doing a Twitch drop for Halo Infinite if you watch half an hour of this. So if you want to watch it on Twitch, that's fine. I'm only doing this because I would be sat here watching it anyway. I may as well make content. What else is looking good for me this time around? Oh yeah, the thing that I've wanted in Halo for so long. The thing that Halo 5 could have probably have done, but it wouldn't have fit the whole loot box vibe. I don't think it was a true loot box system, but it was pretty damn close. But the rec pack system was loads of different weapons. There was skins. There was skins. There was weapons that you got that certain weapons were just a complete unlock, like your standard weapons, your primary weapons. There was special weapons that were cards that you got, like a trading card game idea. You're opening a pack of trading cards. And you would build up, so you'd have maybe in your inventory, you'd have 10 rocket launchers that you could just go into certain game modes and just have equipped, and you could pull them in once you got so many rec points. It was a really interesting system. For Firefight, it was great fun because I loved it. I'd always get up to a certain point where I could get the classic Halo 2 battle rifle, and then I'm done. I don't need anything else. Did vehicles the same way. Wasn't perfect by any stretch, and I'm glad that Infinite didn't keep that idea. I wouldn't have been against it, but it wasn't good, and the fact that you could spend real money on it wasn't a good look. You didn't need to. You got enough tokens to unlock these packs by playing the game, which is good. You should be rewarded, even if it is something as pathetic as that. You should be rewarded for playing the game, which is what Halo Infinite hasn't been doing. Last patch, last season 3, the big thing for me was match XP. You get XP for playing matches. Perfect. And off the back of that, I think that's allowed them to do career rank. We'll see how it all pans out. They'll tell us in here. But the big thing, got off track completely. The big thing, not just weapon coatings, but actual different bodies of weapons, different models. They've tweaked certain models in the past. There was different barrel muzzles for the battle rifle, the assault rifle. There was a little bit of, was it different padding or something for the assault rifle? There was a couple of things for the battle rifle. There was a couple of different things for the, I think it was different like attachments, or a more streamlined looking pistol. Sidekick it's called in this. Really cool stuff. You had to buy it with real money. Not cool. Stuff like that, it's not a pay to win thing, right? Which is good. It shouldn't be. It should just all be cosmetic. But there should be a point, especially when they give out coatings and stances and things throughout the season with the crappy weekly challenges. You do your daily challenges and then it builds on through, and then you get the ultimate weekly challenge, the weekly reward. They should have been appearing in there when they haven't. They need to do better with those, because a coating for one weapon is rubbish. The cross-core coating thing not being a thing is pathetic. One coating should do everything. Ideally, that's not how it works. Fundamentally, I still have problems with this game, but it runs very well. And to actually just play, I spent maybe an hour in bot matches to warm up. I haven't played Halo for a few months. My right hand is crap at the minute because of my trapped nerve. So I'm really struggling to keep up with the pace. I'm not saying I was good to start with, right? I've always been okay. Just about, maybe below. I've never been anything special in it. I've just enjoyed playing it, but now I am noticing that I'm pulling my shots and I'm just not as quick on the target as I used to be. Part of that is because I haven't played much. Part of that is just because my right hand doesn't always do what I tell it to. But I still had fun. I love the grapple hook, grapple shot, whatever they've called it, the grappling hook. It's so much fun. It's an incredible piece of kit. The new pieces of kit that are coming in that they'll show off on this stream, not that bothered about, because I don't really play competitively. I go in a game, I'll mess around, I'll get the challenges done, or I'll get bored and I'll go do something else, play something else, go play whatever we're streaming over on the other channel. I don't need to have a 2.0 plus KD. I don't need to be good at this game to feel like I've achieved something. There are people who absolutely need that, and they practice and they practice and they practice. And there are some people who are just talented. And if you watch Halo on the competitive circuit, the esports stuff that they do, they stream all of them on Twitch. Don't know if they do them on YouTube, but they definitely do them all on Twitch. The players in those teams, incredible. Not just watching them play, but the actual stuff that they do. Incredible. I probably enjoy watching them play more than I enjoy playing competitive on my own, which is why Firefight comes in. Firefight is obviously missing. They haven't announced it. They haven't said anything about it for season 4. I saw on Twitter, I put something up on the official Twitter, just a response to their comments saying, look, everything is looking good for season 4, but where's the PvE stuff? Because those PvE players, we've had nothing for nearly 2 years. And there was a few comments in there, so shout out to anyone. Not that you watch my channel, but shout out to anyone who replied. And there was absolutely, from what I saw, there was absolutely no real salt. There was questions, there was things. A few people are saying should be at the Xbox showcase. Well, yes, I agree they should have, but they weren't, so let's move on. But a few people were saying actually Firefight is potentially looking at Season 5 release. I'm like, okay, that's cool. All I need to know is it's coming. That's not official. We haven't heard anything official. But apparently there's been rumours, there's been leaks that there is a Firefight mode coming to Halo Infinite, right? I've not looked at any of them. I don't want to look at any of them. If I'm going to hear it, I want to hear it from 343 directly. But if it's coming, it will rejuvenate me and the game's love affair. I will take my very pretty Spartan video of him over on the other channel, Top Plays Games. Go check it out. I did a quick 8-minute video of all the cutscenes for Season 3. Spartan is obviously in it. Very dashing. I've got a model that I really like. Yeah, they've ruined my favourite helmet. That's personal opinion. You can completely disagree with me, and you're welcome to. But I don't like some of the artistic changes that they've made to the armors, the cores, things like that. The Battle Pass items, a lot of them, never something I'd use because I just don't like the look of them. But that's fine. We need to, if they want multiplayer to be a separate entity, a free-to-play thing, which they obviously do. They're trying to make it Fortnite, but in a Halo realm. I know they're very different games, but still, you know what I mean? That kind of free-to-play multiplayer standard. You're going to have a Battle Pass. If you choose to buy the Battle Pass, that's up to you. If you don't want it, don't get it. There is free stuff in the Battle Pass as well, that you just unlock as you play. But the game is... There's things I love and there's things I don't love. But ultimately, they start putting game modes in that I want, I'm going to play it all the time. This is the trailer that we did a reaction to. Damn thing got copyrighted as well. So this obviously is the music. Some of the music, yeah, for some reason the music got copyrighted. I don't know why. I thought it was all in-game music. This looks good. This looks fun. Just make sure it is at 1080p then. So that's the new big team map. This is what I don't like. And I'm not saying it goes against the Halo lore, because it doesn't. I don't like how uber competitive it is. And some people will be amazing with it, and you know, a lot of people won't. And it'll frustrate a lot of people. That's a skill issue. But I can just see it being a problem. This is cool. I love this. We talked about this at length. And, you know, supporting the community's Forge maps. Great. A really cool thing. I might not play them. I probably won't play them. But what you can do in Forge, what you can build, incredible. Absolutely incredible. And there's a rumor that they're bringing in AI enemy, or like AI bots that you can customize in Forge. Basically creating a firefight mode.
All right.
Amazing.
Hey,
there we go, there's the set.
Welcome. Sketch here from 343, joined by
Look at the pretty Xbox. I've not got one of them. I wish I did.
Talking to you about Halo
what else have we got? Nothing new there. Locke's helmet.
On PC and Xbox.
Where's Locke?
Tuesday, June 20th. Today
I want that book. I'm amazed I don't have it still. Chief's helmet and the 20th. There's so much merch. Let's turn them up a little bit.
Pick up a sweet new weapon charm.
Yep, you can get the Mizraya Armory Weapon Charm. That'll unlock instantly.
Again, I don't like these.
Waypoint profile linked up with your Twitch account, but watch 30 minutes on Twitch and it's yours.
I don't like weapon charms. I wouldn't have a weapon charm. That's not how I roll.
Watch a stream.
But still,
now we're going to kick
that doesn't mean that I'm not.
Guests from the studio. We want to welcome and introduce Brian and Kaylee. Guys,
gonna get it because I have a problem.
We want to talk to you all about, of course, maps and sandbox, your respective areas of expertise. And I say we kick it off and jump right into talking.
That's an impressive beard, dude.
Brand new arena map, Forest. One of my
start looking at my cousin.
I absolutely love the way this map looks. I've had a great time
Much
playing.
bigger than mine.
Playtest.
More
Kaylee,
meat to it.
talk to us about Forest. Just kind of where did this originate? What's the idea behind it?
Absolutely. Yeah, we were really inspired to bring
Such a pretty map.
Redwood Forest
This is my
biome
favorite
to
one that I
something
can see.
completely new. It's really different than all the other environments we've got, and we were really inspired by bringing
There's a
sanctuary
Shangelios
vibes to this
map in Halo
and you can
5
really
that has
see
this
that
kind of
come out in
vibe.
the
Really
center
cool.
of the ruins and
The
in
Delta
Forest here.
Halo
Yeah,
art style.
absolutely.
Fans love it. I love it. It's so good.
Yeah, we really worked to try and make this map
Yeah.
segmented to give different styles of play, places to shine, have some long lines of sight for some sniper battles, but also some close quarters inside these caves.
I do get a
Was there a particular
Blood
game
Gulch
type or
vibe.
game
I'm not saying it
types that you
is.
were trying to solve
That's the
for,
vibe I
or
get
did
from
you
it.
guys try to approach it sort of everything should work on everything?
Absolutely. Yeah, a bunch of different game
That's
modes
good.
shine on this map, but really
Oh,
Strongholds
balance.
really comes to the top. It's great. There's a lot of rotational gameplay through this map, and with
Nice.
the new sandbox items, Stronghold's pretty awesome.
You said One Flag when we were talking earlier plays pretty darn well
Yeah,
too, right?
Yeah, I bet.
This is a map where One Flag is working really
Oh, I
awesome.
wish I had that
We've
set
had
up.
A lot of fun in here with that.
I feel like it's maybe.
I wish I had that
maybe
controller
the
as well.
Oasis map we've shipped for
Oh
Halo
my gosh.
Infinite.
I can't
Would
believe you
you?
said that.
I mean,
Definitely. Yeah, we've got the river running through the middle of the map.
Cool
and,
coasters as well.
and waterfalls, and some pretty treacherous waterfalls as well. So
Yeah, if
players
you
will have
get
to watch
too-
out for those.
Yeah, you get too close to one of those waterfalls, you'll have a bad time. Or
Yeah.
a good time.
Environmental hazards that kill players is your hallmark as
Yes.
level designer.
Death pits, favorite thing.
Oh, I love death pits too.
Hey,
It's a good
speaking
time.
of too, I mean, as someone who's put a lot more time into this map than anybody else so far, any kind of initial pointers or pro tips you might want to share just to help anyone have an edge when this map goes live next week?
Yeah, absolutely. Just control of that power weapon, that sniper rifle, and that waterfall in the center is absolutely key for teams to pay attention to in this map.
Yeah, I
there's
bet.
a lot of positions around the map where that thing will just absolutely dominate.
Cool, and I think you might.
Unless it's in my
talk about
hands,
that in a minute with
then-
you.
then
Barry
it
Hill
won't.
Sniper is actually going to have a little bit of a different behavior, I believe, too.
Absolutely.
So we'll get to that in a second.
Ooh.
Before we do that, though, we do have some brand new sandbox additions, a really exciting piece of equipment that there's been nothing like this in the Halo franchise to date that I can really think of. It's unusual, it's different.
Not
It's the
equipment-wise.
quantum translocator. Tell us about that.
So this is a new.
Which again, lore-wise,
power equipment.
fits.
So it's supposed to have the impact similar to the overshield or the active camo. What it does is it lets you teleport between two specific destinations. So the first time you use it, you're going to put a slipstream down, which is basically your exit point. And then the next time you hit the equipment, you'll teleport back there, and then the exit point updates again. So you'll be able to use this equipment to ping pong a bunch of times. Now you're not going to be able to just,
So
like, go
powerful.
back every frame as fast as you can hit it. You're going to have a cooldown, so you have to be very intentional with your teleport. But
Yeah,
you can do a
and
lot
that's
of
how they
crazy
balance it, I
outplays.
suppose.
You can peek multiple angles as one person. You can dodge rockets and grenades. It's really strong.
Yeah, as long as you set it up ahead of time, right? You
Yes.
have that forethought, and you're like, I'm gonna try and outsmart these players.
Yeah.
You set
Yeah.
it up, and then you bounce around.
There's
a bit,
nothing
yeah.
worse than just rushing in with Quantum and being like, oh, I should have set that up 5 seconds ago.
Yep. Yeah.
There's
So-
so much 4D chess going on with that thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of, when you're designing something like this in playtest, I'm sure it's maybe fun for you when you have an intention or initial design, but then someone does something totally unexpected that makes you have to rethink. Anything come to mind where there's a scenario that made you like, I did not expect that to happen?
So the first one that got us was when somebody was standing on the exit because they were just trying to like look at it, and then the person returned and he just got like split out at 1,000,000 miles an hour because of Halo physics, right? And so like, okay, we got to do something about that. So we set up a custom death and a custom death effects, a whole new kill feed, so that if you exit while someone's on top of you, you get a special kill for them. That was pretty fun.
So you can telefrag if they're standing right on your receiver.
Absolutely. I don't know
Very
how
cool.
that actually work in a real environment, but I look forward to.
That's
You can
cool.
Play traps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sneaky. So, okay. And John, I think you were mentioning.
I'd
we were talking
totally
about
run
how
into
to
those traps.
Maintain your momentum as well, right?
Yeah, they were just telling me
Okay.
right before this started. You get to
You have
maintain.
to still be in the air, so there is some
okay.
more planning that has to go because like the second you touch the ground, friction becomes your mistress.
So you got to maintain the momentum in the air, but then you can use that
Yes.
to chain some pretty cool moves.
Absolutely.
I
Very
feel like
cool.
then we might see some crazy Mint Blitz videos coming out of this.
Hopefully.
I'm just gonna go
I'm
ahead
really
and,
excited
go
to
ahead and
watch
say
that.
People who can use this,
Any sort of similar to what we asked Kaylee.
It's
any
gonna
kind
be
of
nuts.
pro
It's gonna
tips
change the
or
map.
Sort of things that may not be obvious to a player that might help us get the leg up on our competition.
Totally. I would definitely say play offensively with the equipment. Everybody's first initial gut is to play defensively, to push in and then pull out. But like I was saying in my earlier demonstration, like if you're using it to peek multiple sightlines, you can put a lot of pressure on situations that are 1v2 or even 1v3. Like even if you don't
Yeah,
kill anybody, you
I
just
see
put
that.
a huge nuisance
Yeah.
and a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I started using it offensively once I got the hang of it, where I'm going to warp to, and it was a lot of fun. So,
Absolutely.
excited for it.
And then one other
It's
thing I just wanted to ask
not
you,
only
you
knowing what the
mentioned you
gear,
call this
what the equipment
empowering,
does, but knowing how to
just
play
so
the
folks
maps as
understand,
well,
again,
and the right
put
sight
it back
lines
into
and
the
things is
category,
going to be
right? Because
key.
I think we were discussing earlier, it's truly game changing.
Yep.
So it's not going to be something that's just constantly in play, that's popping up all the time. Like how should we think about that as a power item?
So it's going to be set on a set time, same as Overshield and Active Camo, and it's going to be placed on those same pads, and it's going to replace some of that equipment on older maps.
Cool. And
Nice.
of course, we were talking about this. Can't wait to see what people do with that in Forge now with custom maps built for these experiences. Some of these
Absolutely.
crazy parkour maps and stuff we've already seen going to go to the next level, obviously, when fans get their hand on
Definitely.
It's
this.
going to be crazy.
Cool. Well, let's talk about our next map. For fans of Big Team Battle, this map called Scar.
Yeah.
Looks like it's a Banish-based inspiration there, but tell us about this, Kaylee.
Yeah, we're really excited for people to check out this map. I mean, just imagine the Banished coming to a planet and absolutely stripping it of everything it's got down to where it's just like a molten husk of an environment. And
Which sounds
we've got this
Banished-y,
dropship that's
guess.
landed. They're mining everything out of the planet. And we really worked to make this map just extremely segmented so that players can choose their own adventure as they're working through it. They want to take equipment, come swinging around the outside of the map, backdoor the other team. They want to have the power position that we see.
They
here in
do
the
have
center,
archaeological
the
elements,
center core drill.
so yeah, I can see
and there's
this.
a bunch of the sandbox in here that really lets
Rocket
players
launcher
pick
in the middle.
positions, make hard counters to those positions, and
I like how they're doing this with them
absolutely. Yeah, and
P&P in the
we've
top
got,
corner. That's cool.
tons of environmental hazards here to deal with, and yeah, it's really become one of our favorites.
You mentioned the that
I'd forgotten
center
that
grill
Big Team has the weapon drops in as well.
stronghold.
I love the skybox as well. This looks really
There's a lot
fun.
of gameplay loops around the middle.
It's very
of this
much
map.
out of the high ground.
Power weapon, rockets. Right
But, you know,
along the
that's
middle of
cool.
This map. There's a teleporter down there that can bring you along.
Welcome
that
to
50-yard
Mustafar.
line, with
Oh,
a
yeah,
man
the
cannon
teleporter
and
is
the power
really cool.
position
Yeah.
above. So players can learn to really find their traversal route and loops through that area to just maintain control and try and counter
Of the
incoming
grapple.
enemies.
I'm a sucker for that outer ring on the dirt as a driver. Nothing better than warding up on a warthog or a mongoose and taking that wide path.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm really intrigued now by this notion of just a bunch of Spartans trying to swing around the outside. I want to see. I want to see how
Yeah,
that's
it's
going to play out.
non-trivial, but it's a good ride.
It's doable.
It's like
Yeah.
Catalyst. You can kind of go all the way around. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Players are really gonna, I think, have a fun time exploring like how they can really maximize the usage of the different pieces of equipment in the map.
Nice.
Nice.
Now, we don't have an asset for this, but speaking of maps, one of the things I wanted to ask you about too. So, Infection, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Our new marquee mode that we're excited to bring back into the franchise. I understand that the team did some special work on the other maps to sort of create an additional layer of sort of immersion in the Infection experience.
Absolutely, yeah. So
Cool.
Infection's
They're
gonna
very
be on a
good
lot
at
of the
doing
different
this.
maps in the game, but we've gone through each one of those and changed some geometry just for that mode that will appear just for that. Opened up some of the spaces players might have had a peek into as they're playing some of these environments, and really
Nice.
tried to make those environments sing with that mode specifically.
That's cool.
And so that should be a really fun thing to explore.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll talk more about that a little bit later in the show. But Infection will have its own playlist, and there'll be a lot of ample opportunities to jump in and see that new experience.
To
Yeah.
give a hint, look for the pipes on streets. That's my go-to hiding spot.
Pipes on
On
streets.
Infection.
Okay. Now,
So
Barry, back
shotgun
to you.
those.
We have one other brand new piece of equipment coming into the game, the Threat Seeker.
Correct.
Yes.
So, what would you like us to know about that?
So it's a sensing piece of equipment that's tuned more for the competitive side of things. And the way it's going to work is you're going to launch it out like a grenade. It's going to hit a wall and then detonate. Now, on its detonation, you're going to detect all hostiles in line of sight, and then it's going to mark them for a significantly long time, so like 5 to 6 seconds. And what we really like about this is it puts more of a skill check up front, but if you succeed, you get a longer payoff, and there's a lot of information.
And it pings for your entire
where
team,
someone's
right?
going to recover or where they're trying to push.
They say that.
And we think it's going
Yeah, it must
to
be.
kind of help smooth out this sensing story in class we're trying to get in a competitive environment.
And they have to be within line of sight. right?
Correct. Yeah, so aim high on this one because there's a surprising amount of ground clutter that I got in a bad habit of like shooting threat sensors onto the ground to detect the whole room, but aim high.
But we are confirming this is not the wall hack that some people might have been concerned about when
Correct.
they first heard about this.
It has to be in line of sight, and that's one of the biggest things we wanted to make this for. Is that was not free information is very bad in a competitive environment, so we really wanted to put more of a skill check.
Yeah, well, I can't wait
Absolutely.
to see people start putting that to use and kind of
Yes.
see some more of like a support.
Maybe that
mentality
is
role
more
come to the
balanced than I thought
forefront,
it'd
add
be.
another layer of strategy to some of these engagements. Looking back over here at my notes, I know we also have a couple sandbox tuning updates that you and the team have worked on.
Absolutely.
Now, one of
I think
which,
we
John,
talked
I know
about
you're
these
in
as well.
particular, you're very excited about.
Yeah, the legacy sniper toggle.
Yep.
Sniper zoom is
Getting the
You
cloud.
get a
fan
show
favorite.
double.
I'd never
It
noticed
really,
about.
That does mean a
It's
lot to
finally
you.
'Cause I-
happening.
yeah.
No,
Don't
it's
snipe.
something we've heard a lot of from the community. Like Halo is a very long and established franchise, and so there's a lot of muscle memory people are bringing for multiple titles. While it's important that we kind of continue to innovate or modernize controls, we got to make sure that we don't invalidate that long-standing muscle memory. So now, when you YY a sniper rifle, you can opt in to reset that to 5x.
Why do you
instead of
YY it?
going back to 10x zoom. So just kind of preserve those old.
You
skills.
click on the stick, mate.
I'm a
Right.
big fan of it.
It's great.
Oh yeah.
You're saying every time you go back to retail, you're like, it's not out
Yeah,
yet.
I'm not used to it again. I'm like, come on.
So you're saying,
excited.
should it make me a better sniper then? hopefully?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
That's my
Okay.
promise to
Sure.
everybody, actually.
All right, Ranked Sniper Season 4. Sketch is coming for you.
Right.
Now, I understand the team also took this
It
opportunity
won't make
to
me a
tweak
better
the
sniper.
threat sensor.
Correct. So we were kind of stuck where we have a piece of equipment that has to exist in an arena space and a BTB space, and we can't create something that works for both. So adding this threat seeker lets us making something dedicated for the arena space and tune the threat sensor to be exclusively for the BTB space. So we upped up
Oh.
the area, we gave it a quicker ping and a less mark duration. So it's more about locking down an area and detecting all information in this area for like a long duration of
You
time.
can still stick it on
where the
people.
Threat seeker is more
So,
of a
you
one
know.
and then you have to re pass that skill test.
No, one of the questions that I've always been interested in, that I find fascinating. Obviously, it takes an army to make all these experiences, right? But tell us just briefly the dynamic between your two teams, gameplay, maps. How do y'all work together to deliver a unified experience? Does gameplay define map design? Does map design?
I don't know. Which
gameplay?
one?
Who
Yeah.
wins? It's the honest answer is both. We
Yeah.
both have ideas on maps and gameplay, what we want to do. But once I pass prototype, one of the first things I do is make sure there's a map where this could really sell on the use case. Because if I'm going to make it, it's not going to be a map. There's no point to make it, right? So once we kind of get the map,
It's
chosen,
kinda true.
we go into play test. We get it vetted by competitive insights team, studio, designers,
Absolutely.
and we just grind on it.
Yeah, we're working in lockstep, and we're thinking about those different player fantasies and combat situations, and really just working together to figure out exactly how we want those to pan out in the game world, and then just marching forward to make
Absolutely.
it happen together.
You
Yeah.
couldn't make a repulsor without a map that had death pits.
Yeah, without
right?
death pits, what's the point?
Exactly.
Give me some pancake actions.
Yeah,
That's
true,
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 true.
that's true. Some nice jumps.
So you're also touching on sort of sometimes the challenges, maybe the considerations of designing an experience that maybe has to work across BTB and arena. And I think one of the, I don't know, maybe it's a challenge for me to call it that, is when you guys want to take a piece of equipment or a weapon and now you have to consider, is this going to change the way things behave in campaign
Absolutely.
versus multiplayer? And I'm using that now to segue into the fact that for Season 4, kind of I guess it's a nerdy under the hood change that we're making on technical level is we're basically separating the files, kind of building a virtual bubble between campaign and multiplayer.
I thought they would
which I
have done
think
that
for the first
already.
Time will give your team
Because
more freedom
the new
to
guns don't go
hone in
into
on their
campaign,
experience
which is
without having to think
pathetically
about
stupid.
What could happen
But
to either one?
Absolutely. It's not
They
getting,
don't care.
too into the weeds, but there's a lot of things we can't change without changing campaign. One of those is vehicle regeneration. Chip damage in PvP right now is very strong, but it's not strong at all in campaign. So once we go into isolation, we can maybe look at buffing vehicle regeneration and material responses, and that will help us kind of create a better PvP experience while keeping campaign the excellent experience it is right now.
I
it
know
should have
from
been. They're
the
separate
pure
games.
test
They're classed
sort
as
of
separate games. They're
perspective
separate
in this
downloads.
area, I mean, they don't have to now
Yeah.
test the entire campaign for any potential knock-on effect for what might happen on the MP side of the fence, right?
It's a huge
Now,
boom.
John, I know you
Oh,
wanted to
interestingly,
mention
have they been
players
holding
just
off on
weren't aware
DLC
that,
development
there's
because of that
there'll be
issue?
a minor change to that flow when you want to go play campaign once this update lands next week.
Yep, we've got a video of it here. So you're in the multiplayer menu, and when you want to go play campaign, you confirm that you're going to head into that new campaign executable. Because
Okay.
like you were saying on the technical level, they are now pretty separate. So you're going to go into a launching menu loading screen here. but then it's very much the same
Nice.
experience. You launch in, you've got a new fire team. As I should have mentioned, it will disband your fire team when you jump from that multiplayer.
He's so
campaign.
pretty in
You
this
just go
game.
into your roster, and you can invite your friends back
I
in.
do love his
and
armor
engage
design
on
for this.
and have a good time. And
It might even be my
one
favorite.
other nice addition to campaign coming with season 4, which is going to be a quality of life update for people who are going after their achievements, especially for that lasso achievement, the headmaster achievement. We could load it up right now. You've got right here what it looks like right now on your TAC map. You'll see Outpost Harmonious and completed in the top left. This player's completed it on normal or easy mode, I think I see right there. But with our update here in season 4, you'll see a completed plus for any portion of the map that you have completed on lasso. So that plus makes sure
That's
you
cool.
know this has been completed. You're making progress towards that headmaster achievement, and you can verify that you're going to get that lasso achievement.
I
Yeah.
knew there was just
That's
like,
cool.
one mission holding me back from
Yeah,
getting
that
that
was the one.
And now I can go back and figure that out. Cool. So that'll all be kind of a bit of a change that you'll see next Tuesday.
That's a good quality of life change. When's the bandit
Guys,
coming in?
Before we turn you loose, because I know you got work to do, any sort of final parting thoughts or anything you'd like to share?
I'd just like to thank my team on the sandbox for
Again, I think
diligently to make
potentially this split between campaign and multiplayer
reacting to community
might mean that we can get stuff
Thank you to the team.
moved into the campaign, because it'll function differently. It'll have its own file and
Check out all this
everything.
New content and
It'll be tuned differently, but it means it's probably easier to do that.
Excellent. Well, appreciate you both stopping by. I cannot wait.
I kinda can dream, right?
Go for that new translocator event. I want to try to get. What'd you call it?
Telefrag.
Like a
Telefrag. There you go.
Yes.
I'm going to try that. We're going to make it happen. I'm also going to swing around the outside of
First
Scar.
clip.
But you'll be able to get your hands on these new maps and new sandbox updates next Tuesday, June 20th. We're going to take a super quick break. When we come back, we will jump into the new Season 4 102
It's very
Battle
soon.
Pass. We also want to talk a little bit about
I'd say
our
they're
new
doing this
clearance
very late.
that's also arriving next week. So stick around. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
They're just rotating people with their funky music. Good old elevator music. I think Forest is looking very nice. I think there's lots of big open spaces, yet there's lots of little confined caves and crannies that you can hide in and try and get away in and move around. Yeah, I really want to play this map. Not that bothered about Scar, because Big Team is always just a cluster when I play it. And honestly, I don't really like the playlists that they've got set up for it, because last time I played, this may have changed. Last time I played, they were rolling in Big Team with Big Team Fiesta. And Fiesta is, every time you respawn, you get a different set of weapons. And that just confuses the hell out of me. Like, my brain doesn't keep up that quickly. It's fun if you respawn in with a rocket launcher and an energy sword, and then you die because you run out of ammo with a rocket launcher and someone snipes you. And then you respawn back in with two completely random weapons, which quite often has been an assault rifle and a plasma pistol. And I'm like, great, I've got heavy weapons all over me, I've got energy swords and hammers and everything all over me, and I've got this assault rifle and a pistol. So then you're playing to die or pick up someone else's weapon, and it's just chaos. And the chaos is great fun, but my brain doesn't keep up that quickly, because you'll spawn in again and you'll have two other things, maybe a sniper rifle and a battle rifle, and then it's like, okay, I'm playing a different way now. And I don't know how to play like any other way than charge in and hope for the best. Good old melee punch. If they take me down, that's fine, as long as I get the kill. So yeah, it's tough for me, but that, again, I haven't played much of it. So if I spent maybe 2 or 3 hours playing it, who knows? God, they're taking a while to change this out, aren't they? Yeah, I don't know. I love the idea of Big Team. I love the idea of multiplayer Big Team. I just can't get a fire team together. So we might try it. I might try and get a couple of people. Oh my god, guys, seriously, how long does it take to rotate some people? Move a bit of furniture. If they're making coffee, I will not be happy. Says the guy sipping rum. This music's kind of cool though. I'm just checking my drops. Drop. It's only one. I really wish YouTube would do Twitch drops or something like that. Not, obviously not Twitch drops. But drops is cool. It's such a cool little thing to watch over on Twitch. I like stuff like that. Even if I'm never going to use it, I like stuff like that. I like to get things for free. For just doing things that I'm already doing. Man, yeah. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Although I do want to see the battle pass. Career rank we've already seen enough of for me to be happy with it, but it'll be nice to see and XP and how it progresses, which is cool. Because it will be skill based. I think they confirmed it will be skill based, which is good. It should be. You shouldn't have me leveling up with some of the better players in the game.
Yeah, that. Shout out to that music. Checking out chat. It looks like everybody was enjoying that. That music slaps,
Ooh.
right?
Yeah, that's what chat said.
Wow.
Music go hard. But we're back again. Sketch here at 343. We are excited.
Is that
to be
for
talking
ODST
about
too?
the Halo Infinite
With the
Season
jazzy
4
side of
update,
Halo?
which comes out next Tuesday, June 20th. Real quick reminder, though, just for watching, hopefully you're logged into Twitch and you've got your accounts connected there, but we do have a Twitch drop
Yep.
offered here for this broadcast.
Yep, the Mizraya Armory weapon charm is just
It's an extra level of customization. Like I say, I wouldn't use them. I don't like them on my guns.
And you can equip it to your
But
weapon.
it's
You should almost be there by now if you've been here since the beginning.
It's an extra thing.
Well, what happens if you?
Hey.
Sorry, guys. Well, what happens if you were here and you can't be watching?
Oh, like right now?
Yeah,
How are
can
you
I
going to
get-
get it?
yeah.
Well, I don't know. Aren't you the guy? I feel like you have the ability to probably solve that. By the way, folks, surprise intro. Sean jumped the gun here, but we are excited for this next segment to welcome two new guests. Of course,
Sean was on the
Sean,
podcast we
for
covered.
Introduction, and Tiana. Welcome, Tiana.
Hello.
Happy to have you both here. We want to talk about customization to kind of kick things off,
Yeah.
right? It's been a cornerstone of
Sean,
Infinite
letting that
since
side down, not wearing a Halo
launch.
t-shirt, but he's got
My
Halo
opinion,
socks
it
on,
gets
so
cooler and better. I'm
I guess he
super
gets a
stoked
pass.
about what the team's bringing to bear here with Season 4. But
Season 4
Sean,
is the best.
we talked to you a couple times with the community off and on. How are you all thinking about Season 4 and sort of what were the goals specifically for the customization story?
Yeah. So last month we did the Discord chat where we talked about our goals with customization,
Mhm,
depth, breadth, and quality, and we're trying to bring all of those to Season 4. So when we start going through all of this customization, you're going to see.
Okay,
that
so there's
from a
a
depth
med kit in
perspective,
there.
we are going
Okay.
deeper on some of the cores that we
The
already have
pistol
out, right? So
stuff.
we're gonna
There's a
be
pistol
able to
skin there.
customize
What is that? Is that?
the options that you have for those?
You can kind of see on the right there that you're
Yeah,
rolling.
Roy, yeah,
That looks like the thing from
bunch of stuff
Reach.
that works
The,
on all of the cores actually.
The laser
this
sight.
season. From a breadth perspective, we are adding new player experiences.
Some cool stuff in there.
Options that players can have with, for example, the Hazmat Core, some of our new weapon geo that we're really excited about. And then from a value perspective, it's making sure
The weapon
that
stuff is
those
probably what I'm
things
most excited about.
to the store and to the
Closely
battle
followed by
pass,
rank.
places that you can get them from playing, or you can get them for really good value. So you feel like your
Excellent.
time is worth it.
Well, speaking of value, we'll pivot off that, and I know a lot of folks are super eager to see what does the battle pass. have
Where's
in
the second
store for
controller
Season
gone?
Let's
4.
do it.
It is always fun to sort of drive.
No, it's by
through.
his
I'm gonna
feet.
pick up my controller here. We are going to switch over to our build. First thing I just wanted to touch on here, sort of like we experimented with and did with Season 3, we have another sort of special premium upsell offer, right, Sean?
We do. Yeah,
Yeah.
we have the coating there in the forefront that you see. It's the Genesis Bloom coating. It's for every single core that's in the game right now. We will have an
That means you get
assault
7
rifle,
of them.
New geo, weapon geo for it, bonus XP for every single match that you play, and durability
Yeah.
associated with
Yeah,
it.
of course, premium.
I don't know how I
battle
feel
passes
about them
never
locking
expire,
collectible
so
stuff
once you
behind.
got it, it's yours to keep. And also, like that AR was an example, and we'll look at one here in a minute too of that new weapon, some of the new weapon models. And when you say
Yep.
geo,
Mm.
by the way, you're talking about like you mean the geometry,
shape.
right? Like
Yeah.
And we'll get into that. And I think maybe right now what people probably are eager to is we'll just kind of move through the past and kind of look at some cool stuff.
The hazard armor
Sean,
kind of
maybe one thing,
works.
though, it's worth
Old
touching
hazmat.
on, you mentioned
Because
this
it's
already, we do
infection.
have one new core coming
See what
out
they're
this
doing there.
season. It's the hazmat core.
There it is.
It's free
Just
for
one new
everyone.
core though. That's
Right.
good.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have cores.
Now,
Cores are
to put you on
crap.
the spot,
But
there's been
Oh,
a
boy.
lot of debate online. How does the hazmat core fictionally make
I don't
sense?
get it. I don't get it. Why do Spartans with the Mjolnir armor need something that's more hazmat-y? Right?
Yeah,
Maddie.
Hazmat,
exactly.
I like
right?
that.
That's
Very
official
nice.
term. That's canon. So I talked to Jeff Easterling about this, and he gave me some background just to let people know. First of all, from a design perspective, this core just gives our designers an opportunity to explore new textures, new colors, space, and shapes that they want to move on. And then you can already see that it's very much more like a rubberized fabric.
Yeah,
but
different
from
materials.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
From a narrative or a canon perspective, the goal here is to create or to introduce a core, a suit that it wasn't actually developed initially for Spartans, but they've created a Spartan version for it that is able to take on even more hazardous, high radiation places, but also
which
is
makes
unique
sense.
because it is hardened against cyber attack. So it is able to have a higher level of cybersecurity than any of our other cores. Or
That's cool.
armors, and it suits it for the infection mode that we have.
Okay,
It
I like
suits it.
It suits it.
I added
All
a
right.
pun there
Well done.
on purpose. Thank you.
That's
Well,
cool
Sean said
because
it, so it must be
also
officially true in canon.
rolling
So
that back
thanks
to
for that
before Infinite
clarification.
ruined the story.
Sorry, one
Didn't
more
ruin the story, but you know how I
disclaimer
feel
before we
about
jump
it.
in. For folks that maybe haven't played Infinite
Cortana.
since the winter update, also it's probably worth reminding them
That's
that
cool.
just by logging in, they will receive all of the cores that exist in the game to date.
Yeah,
We made
cores are
those
not
free,
hidden behind
right?
a paywall
So,
anymore. No.
great time to come back. There's so much content to sink your teeth into. But without further ado, let's do
Good.
some scrolling here. We're just going to move through this. Now, keep in mind, we have a 100-tier premium pass. There's free rewards, premium rewards, and I believe I've heard there's about 180 total rewards in here. So we have
Nice.
packed this thing full of cool content. And as I said at this outset, some of the best content I think we've done.
Yeah.
The team's done
See, it's not a suit that I love.
I love the
It looks
story of the
nice.
team
I wouldn't use it.
the progression.
I like my more traditional Mjolnir looking,
I think it gets
but this
more and more
works.
covetous as you go
This,
through.
like lore-wise and narrative in my head, this
Setting
works.
rewards as you go
Yeah.
through.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Geiger counter there or something?
Yeah.
Tiana, are you a hazmat fan or?
I am. I'm a huge fan of this. I love the colors. Yellow, yeah. It's a winner.
Now, one thing I wanted to mention here too, for folks that maybe didn't catch the Discord chat that Sean mentioned a bit ago, all the new to season 4 premium coatings that are available in this season next week, we're going to make sure we offer a version that works on all existing cores
Yes.
for UNSC weapons where applicable and
Which they
Spartan
should.
models.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. UNSC cross weapon and then
Yep.
across all of the course.
Now, what that means is we also want to clarify that
You get loads
for
of them.
now, just because of the way the system was set up and is designed, we're going to see that represented as individual offers, essentially, right?
Yep.
But it's something I know that you and the team are already working on.
Oh,
so
yeah, they
future
said
seasons,
that.
in theory,
Um,
basically we'll be able
so
to
they're gonna
have a
pad out
website that says, "Oh,
the-
here it is," and it
the
just
battle
works on
pass.
everything,
Yeah,
right?
with them.
So in season
Right,
5,
how many times does Sage Advice
upcoming,
show up?
We will have collapsed all of those. Wait, don't go past this level.
Okay,
here.
I'll wait.
Yeah, because
go back
we're
here.
going to talk about my favorite,
Yep.
one of my favorite helmets. So in season 5, we're going to have.
Yeah, it's a shame
all
you
of the
ruined my
things
favourite
that
helmet.
It'll be on every core. We'll just have one.
Mark 7's my
We're
new
gonna
favourite.
Make some changes to the battle pass that we'll talk about as we get closer to season 5, where we're
Good.
not separating things across the battle pass levels as much as we have in the past. 'Cause we
Good.
Don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah, I just wanted folks to have that context because, like, we don't love necessarily either that we have to have like each coatings version of each core's version of a coating has to be a separate tier.
Icon.
Right
Yeah.
now, it's just a bit
Yeah.
of a bit of
It's most obvious in the store offers or the bundles where you'll see we're trying to give you this coating, but we have to you're going to see the icon for every single core.
I don't love the
We're not
green on that
separating
one. It's a lighter green than I normally run.
all of the cores.
But
Anyways, I want to touch on it. I just know
I do
it's,
like the
a lot
black
of people are
suits.
passionate,
I miss the black
and
suits.
It's just one more step on this sort of evolution as you and the team keep helping to find ways to make this content more
It's just a
versatile,
shame it's
more
taking them so
flexible,
long
because
to
we got
work
that
this stuff
feedback,
out.
right? People
But,
like
you
to be able
know,
to mix things across. So
they're learning.
back into
Give
this,
them
I've only
props for
made
learning.
Minimal progress. This helmet we've talked about a lot.
Yes.
People like this.
It
This is
might be
That's
my
nice.
favorite
That is a nice helmet.
pass. It is good.
Oh yes, the old Mark 6.
Very
CRN,
good.
The Caburn.
My old friend.
We got a nice chest attachment
it's
here.
very
We'll
good.
keep going through.
With a camera
Of
on?
course, XP boosts and swaps you'll find throughout. Emblems, backgrounds. Now here's an example of weapon coating.
Yep.
So-
And that is on that premium track there.
Yep, we'll see this a few more times, as we mentioned, as we see different weapon versions represented.
Mm-hmm.
Now this
That
is
looks
the-
kind of nice.
Let's see, the midnight version for hazmat, looking sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, surface tension. Be fun to be.
Don't mind it.
How do the names for these get created? I wonder. It sounds like a fun.
You're gonna have to
Another
I
display,
feel like
load of
it's gonna
pockets.
be
I like pockets on
Sure,
Mjolnir
I actually
armor.
don't know.
I'm seeing a lot of purple already. Was that you're doing, Sean?
I love purple. You know that. I mean, I wanted hazmat to be purple, but apparently
Oh.
that's not a color that we can.
knee
use.
pads.
Yep.
Gotta have.
Added knee
Let's
pads.
let's keep moving. Keep moving. Nice weapon charms.
We'll go through this deep dive anyway.
Version
There's
of
another
citrus
citrus
wash.
wash.
Time on
Yep.
the sidekick. Pretty
I'll
cool.
go through this
More
when
knee
it
pads.
releases.
Sorry, my
Shoulders.
bad. Shoulders.
Oh,
That's a good
I
shot.
like
That's
that
on
shoulder
the Mark
pad.
7 too.
Yeah.
Got to complete the look.
That might go
I
on
do
my
like
Mark
that too, by
7.
the way. I've seen.
Hmm.
I like that the pass has a little bit of something for all the cores, right?
Yep.
It's not. There's lots of
Yep.
hazmat stuff to come. Make
For
no
sure.
mistake.
The
about it,
free
but I do
stuff
like that,
is usually for the Mark
kinda
7,
going
which
back
is
to
the free
well and adding
core.
more value to some of those older cores
Absolutely.
too.
And
But we need to have a look at that, but I kind of like that.
Yep.
You get them, yeah, for free there.
Solid helmet.
very
The
good helmet.
Talon,
I like that.
Yeah, it's okay.
for sure. Sticker.
Oh, what's that
emblem.
shoulder at 19?
Oh.
That neck
19?
shoulder,
All right,
yeah.
that's
Midnight for the Yori.
Of course, it's
Your
not- I would look forward to
your
this
Yoroi.
core.
Your-
This shoulder? Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
The samurai one.
Yeah. I don't know if that's fire suppression or oxygen tanks or.
Just make it up right now and it'll be canon.
I think it's both.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right,
one
you
of
heard
each.
it here first.
Yeah, one of each.
All right, let's keep going. What do we got?
Just getting people
the
in
other
trouble
shoulders
having the
were-
right lore now.
So that was another. They skimmed right past it, but that was another one. So we didn't see what mark it was for.
Yes,
But
cool.
Yeah, this
there
is
it
so
is.
good.
This is
Yeah, I
cool.
don't
This
like
is
these.
Big fan of the depth effects.
um,
Biohazardous legendary kill effect.
It's
Very
very good.
cool.
Right there on the
I don't love
25.
this as a standard, but there are some nice ones, and that looks kind of cool.
Yep.
I like that.
Treadlock looks okay.
Good.
Good helmet.
Okay, so we got a
Oh.
legendary weapon coating here. This looks pretty
It's a
sweet.
bit too yellow for my personal
Level
choice,
4
but
helmet.
very
It's that-
nice.
That one that I love.
Yeah, this is funky.
Yeah,
I like
and
it.
it's got an
Very
attachment
tech.
later on that you'll see that I also love.
Oh, cool.
It's like spooky. looking.
Yeah,
Mhm.
very cool. Now, Tiana, as
That
I'm
was
going
for
through
the-
this,
Yes.
I'm going to ask you.
I see.
There's a really cool quality of life.
There's another one,
addition
okay. No, that
the
wasn't
team
the
has
same.
added now to the armor hall,
It's
right?
nice
So
on the
whenever I unlock
Bulldog.
a new piece
Oh.
of an armor coating or
I do like the red
attachment,
against the yellow.
I won't have to worry about trying to find it.
That is correct. So after a game and you do unlock something new from the battle pass, rather than you having to go hunt in customization, hey, where did this helmet attachment, where was that?
Mhm.
Well, now we have a new flag, and you'll be able to more easily find those new unlocks that you found. And
Builds into the
Sarah Stark
hazmat
on the
vibe.
team, and also Sarah Stark and Kyle Powell were the two folks on the team who worked on that. At least on the UX UI team. Of course, there's many more people who worked.
Interesting
I
new
really
pad.
appreciate that because I think we all know it's between the events and the pass.
Oh, that's left-sided
price.
Very
Very
sided, very
You
sided.
can't
Within a
find
core,
it. Yeah.
even.
Oh, yeah.
it's- you
The
have to
helmet
go on a
attachments
deep
were the
dive.
ones that were the most
Yes.
frustrating.
Yeah, where'd that
Yeah,
thing go that I
they
just
were.
unlocked? I'm gonna speed it up here. We're getting a little bit of signal that we got to pick up.
Danger
the
Zones
pace.
was
I like-
cool.
I like
In
this
addition
one.
to that, though,
Yes.
Tiana, like
Battle
if you
rifle,
unlock a
battle
bunch of
rifle,
things,
battle rifle,
there's
battle rifle,
also
battle rifle.
An easy way to dismiss them,
Oh,
right?
it's so
As long as
pretty.
you've got
Oh, that is
all
very
the-
pretty.
right, you don't
Oh,
have to go in
yes,
and
that's
find
what I'm
them
having.
just to mark them as seen. We also have that full dismiss, correct?
That's my understanding.
It's kind of like there's a hint of Halo 4, but there's also some very Halo 3 vibe to it.
So we have, I've seen a lot of cool responses.
Oh.
People seem to enjoy some of the new weapon models that we showed in the launch trailer already. Here's an example. So you'll be able to get this at tier 50.
Yes.
It's the HasCon version.
Yeah, so you've got a little bit of that texture
Yeah,
and the
yep.
barrel shroud.
The team's always talked about had these aspirations just to keep pushing it further and further.
Exactly.
So this does represent a pretty big
That's
step forward,
cool.
I think, for us.
Yep.
And
That's
it just makes me
cool.
more excited for what's to come.
Armet.
I wonder what
Mark 7, that's that's not a free one. Okay.
That's what I feel. I'm like, what kind of convention is that?
You go and discuss hazardous substances,
Yeah,
hazardous
it's
response
like
protocols.
hazardous response.
What's the stance?
Yeah, it's like those folks that work there.
There's been like a petroleum.
Oh,
spill or
okay.
something, I don't know.
This is
All
gonna be
right.
some awesome cosplay.
Nice,
Mhm,
nice
mhm,
stance
mhm.
there, ready and waiting. Okay,
Yep.
let's keep going. Sean, was this the visor that you liked, or was
No,
it?
no, no. The visor's
Okay.
number
Oh, you
98.
hate that visor.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I like that one. It's a little purple.
Okay.
It's a little
I like
purple. I
that
love
one,
purple.
yeah.
Yeah.
So still going, still going.
yeah.
By the way, we didn't.
There is still
this
some
thing off the top,
repetition
but
in
it
this
feels like
pass,
earn
right?
back,
There's
I
quite a
think,
lot of
1,000
that.
Credits
Yeah,
through
you're
the
gonna earn
pass,
enough back
right?
enough.
So,
If you buy the premium, you will earn enough credits to purchase the next premium.
got it.
Should you want?
Which is really cool. Oh,
I
flare
love
gun.
this one.
Yeah, it's cool.
Clean.
Love
That's
this flare
cool.
gun, but I I'm just hoping that little tab on it is like a release thing, because otherwise it feels like it's gonna fall out of the holster. Just
yeah,
my,
I feel like it's
I think
got
it's
a
like
luck there,
there's
yeah.
like some
Yeah.
sort of magnetically sealed
how do those
like
magnets work?
space
There's
magic.
sci-fi space magic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't think
okay,
too hard
sure.
about it.
Space
All the
magnets.
Oh my
units.
goodness, that looks
Wow.
incredible.
That is
Ooh.
nice.
Coding,
That's
yeah.
clean. I like that.
That's so good.
Industrial preparedness.
Yeah.
That's a word salad.
Jeez.
Oh, a nice little helmet attached.
Okay.
Oh, that's kind of cool. That adds a nice
Theory, that
little
looks
bit of
like
extra
maybe
to it.
someone's having to breathe in some hazardous gas or atmosphere conditions.
Yeah,
there,
they don't have the shoulder
Yeah.
tanks to breathe out of.
Keep going. We got
Rail grip.
attachment.
75.
Okay.
There we
Yep.
go. This is cool now. Leaky
Nice.
seals. Leaky
Yes.
seals.
The armor effect.
Again, I don't love these,
Show the
There's
back.
but I kind of like them
There's
as
a
well.
badge.
Show the back.
I
There's a
personally
badge
wouldn't
about
have
dripping
one.
here. I'm not gonna go there, but I'm just
Just
gonna
rocking
say.
a new drip.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
yeah.
I wouldn't use them, but they are cool to see. That's
Okay,
cool.
Just in case you need some pouches and pockets.
The pouches are
They're like
pouches.
pouches.
That
Yeah,
is
you
the
can never have too
cargo
many
pants.
pockets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cargo pants.
Yeah.
All right. We
Oh, I
got,
want to see what it looked like on the
shoulders
sniper.
Yeah.
Matching the other. If you got one, you got to have two. So I'm gonna go through another chest.
And I would
piece.
love it if,
Legendary items.
when you
so-
unlock them,
Okay,
Very
those are
nice.
nice. Those are nice.
you just unlock both pads at the same
We're
level.
gonna have some good looking.
Whoa,
Okay.
whoa,
No, I'm backing up.
You're
I'm backing
trying
up.
to roll over the knife.
No,
Jeez.
this
It's got a
anything
knife
with
on it as
hard
well.
knives,
That's
right?
You
nice.
gotta have
do
knives.
really love knives.
We
Yes.
do, right?
Yeah.
Actually.
Blades.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a better way to put it.
It's kind of got like a.
Our
like
players
a
love blades.
it's giving me like a firefighter vibe too, with that oxygen tank kind of
Mm.
in the back.
Mhm.
All right, now we're getting.
There's some really nice stuff for the
upper
hazmat.
tiers here.
Yeah.
90s.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that.
I
one.
That
don't know
looks
if
like
that's
a
cool, but that's
Halligan.
cool. It's the core bit. I like it.
Very
I have no
nice.
idea.
Okay.
Oh.
It's got a little bit of a splatter
little-
effect.
Yeah.
With splatter on it. Okay, that's
Secret
kind of
of
cool.
use.
Very cool.
Visor.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. That's
Very
that's a
hazmat.
nice Oberon. All right, I like that.
Clean.
I like that. Oh, that might be our first glove I think we've seen in here
Yeah.
today.
Yeah,
so
I think there's only one glove in here, but then
gotta complete the look.
the 98
Oh.
visor.
That's the one you really like.
I love this visor, and then I also love the
Yeah.
shot stance. That's the premium one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
Putting on the gloves.
Putting on the
Yeah.
gloves.
That's
yeah.
kinda
Getting to
cool.
work, You know.
I love it.
Now
Taking
this
the
is
full-
funky.
Oh, what's the?
Oh, for the Oberon.
Some people
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
like big.
That's
chunky
cool.
element attachments.
That
I
looks
can't
cool.
do that.
Like Gunganir.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then take us up to our final premium unlock, which is this really cool bulldog.
That
weapon.
And it looks really good.
yeah, that
with
looks
the,
cool.
The yellow coating. Can't
That
remember the name.
industrial
The
one.
industrial one, yeah.
it's Very.
So you've got a
clean.
little bit of in the stock. You got a little bit of geo change, and
Yeah.
it's
So that's our new battle pass. Remember,
Hmm.
100
So there's
tiers
two
with the premium version,
weapon
inspired
models
tiers
in
to,
there.
Enjoy as you like. So the battle pass is, one way we have to acquire content.
They're nice
I
though.
just wanna
They're very
remind
nice. They're
folks to
different,
adventure
and
back
I hope that they add more of those things. Not just in the battle pass. They'll add them into the store.
Each of those has
Hopefully, they're going to add an
various
element where you can
cosmetic
actually buy stuff
offerings
like
that you'll
that
be able to put on
individually
your
instead of having to buy it with a billion shaders,
your
pieces of
wardrobe,
armor.
closet, your
Don't
sparkle
love that.
closet.
I think you should just be able to pick which bits you
I
want
think that's
for
probably
whatever
that's
price they
probably
deem
the
it.
Word, okay.
Yeah.
I
Personally,
want to quickly also talk about the shop,
Like,
because
I
we've
don't
got
know.
a couple
I don't know
things
how they're
going
gonna
to
do
that
it,
I think are
but-
interesting.
Look at
Um,
that shop.
A new shop.
Now,
Look
first
at
of
that.
all, Tiano, just
Yeah.
from kind of a UX UI perspective, I know the team's been working to address some feedback and try to just sort of make the shop function a little differently.
Yep. So there's a whole scrolling mechanism now, so you can go further to the right. There's a lot more. And what's great is
Interesting.
that allows you to see a lot more of the Spartans themselves, or those armor customization pieces
Yeah,
that you're purchasing.
I see
And
that.
This,
Again,
Sheets
I-
on our team was one of the
I
individuals
don't
who
buy
worked
stuff from the shop.
Great work on the team.
I don't.
Also,
I buy
some
the season
bundle
pass.
looks as well.
But if they had released Deadeye in the shop and it looked beautiful, it was in the season pass, so it doesn't matter. It looked crap, so I'm never going to wear it. But if they had dropped it in the shop, it was the one helmet. If it looked good, I would have been tempted to spend my coins on.
And a lot more visually engaging to see what it is that you're getting.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it from the visual, like this is what the Spartan looks like. I was like, oh yeah, we can do more offers, right? But no, you actually get to see what the Spartan looks like so much more clearly now.
They give the team the opportunity. Like, you guys, thank you so much for this.
So you've
Give the
got
team the
your pack of
opportunity to
3 armor cores of armor
There's like dynamic
options,
choose the
and then
size
them
of
individually.
The tiles.
They stick to that. That's kind of cool.
It's a 4x4 or 2x2.
Yeah.
And you can just make things really clear to the players about what they should look at, what's valuable, what's cool, what's new, and it's just a lot of flexibility. So it's really
That's
Let me
the
just also
assault
shout out,
rifle.
This will be one of our launch bundles.
Yep.
Hazmat Haven. Now this is a I don't know super duper
It's
bundle. It's
huge.
basically 3 full bundles rolled into one. So you'll have the option to pick it up as if you buy it through the Hazmat Haven, you actually get 2 exclusive extra pieces here, right? So that's how you'll be able to
Meh.
It's the only way
acquire
you can get those.
this Mythic Effects set as well as
The
this,
mythic
weapon
effect should be in the
Also,
season
you can
pass.
buy each of these other pieces individually, right?
Yep.
So. And here's what you were referencing
Oh, yeah.
before, Sean. So we'll see this, but some cool stuff tucked away in here, right?
The AR model.
This
The AR is
That's a nice
really
AR
nice.
model.
So
It's
Looks very
cool. And
different.
The don't sleep on the sidekick.
Show us the pistol.
absolutely, I never sleep on the sidekick.
Oh, we've seen that as well. Yeah, okay. I don't love that,
You know, sorry, I see the legendary one. Oh, look at now. Look
but
at
I think
that.
it's cool.
What the heck? Woo.
Nice little armor effect
Yeah.
there.
Mhm.
Now, one last thing I want to shout out on the
And
shop.
that-
is in addition to
actually,
that, we want to give some love
digital
to the
displays on armor
HCS
kinda
shop,
works for
which,
me.
Is welcoming in a brand new season of content as well. We have
Yeah.
brand new weapon skins.
Mhm.
Now, not
I don't
only are
care about
really
these,
badass,
but-
reminder that every team skin that you buy, a portion of that will go directly to the org. So it's a great way to support your favorite esports organization. And also, with buying any one of these, will unlock a free bonus BR model.
Which you
that-
see right there.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You
so
timed that perfectly.
oh, that
Are you
was-
actually going to show us it?
Any HCS team skin, weapon skin purchase would unlock that new BR.
No,
model
you're just
for
gonna
you.
roll
So
the trailer,
really
so we don't actually get a
nice
good look at
teams
it.
Leaning into more and more unique
I love
variations
the
of our
models.
geometry, right?
Yeah.
So that I think kind of maybe wraps up our customization conversation. And now I want to shift gears and just briefly talk.
I don't
to you
love
guys
it. It's a
about
nice
something
design,
fun.
but I don't love
This
it.
has been a long time coming. Something you're super
I
excited
wouldn't buy
about.
it. Let me
Career
put it that
rank.
way.
It's gonna
Unless
be
when we
released
have our
next
proper
week.
look at it,
Just give us the
when we
high
do
level
our,
pitch
on
here.
probably
What's
Tuesday,
the goal behind this?
we do our
So-
battle pass over on Top Plays Games,
I'm not going to
a
say
battle pass check.
but this is one of those things where when you're
If
playing
it's
a
really
game
nice,
and you go
I
through the
could be
battle pass,
tempted.
all that's great, right? Engaging with it from a season perspective. The whole point of career rank is to give you an opportunity to constantly grind and progress against something that is meaningful to you and that also
I love
other
that
players
picture.
can see. And for us, in the past, 343 games have used Spartan rank. And
Yeah, they have
it's
actually.
very, very, very critical to our foundation that we understand that we are a military sci-fi shooter. And what I
Yeah, you
really
are.
wanted for the team when I was beginning to push on this was like, besides the value of having players have something that they can continually engage in and feel like they are putting their time towards something, is also honoring, the military ranks that we used to have in games like Halo Reach. And so
Yep.
with that proposal, the team
Which
went
is part of the
off and
law.
figured out the best way to possibly do that. And then I feel like they crushed it.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
do too. I'm
Yeah,
excited
they did.
for it.
They really
mentioned
did.
Halo Reach and the military sort of aesthetic. Tiana, from like sort of the visual design perspective, how does the team sort of think about looking at what we've done in the past, but also still trying to make it feel fresh and new, and it has to be readable? Like, what are just some of those considerations?
Yeah, there's a lot of considerations when you think about whether it's the progression and the visual inspiration that the team took. So, of course, it takes many people to work on things like this. So, for example,
They just
Jeremy
look
Hill is
so
the progression
Halo,
designer, and then also Sarah
which is
Stark was the UI
good.
artist, and
It's
she
what we
worked
want.
also with CJ Ramos, a visual and UI designer, and both of them, when they looked at this, they were looking at what progression.
I love the middle one, the hero rank.
What were what did
So
people
pretty.
like as well, and at a glance, when you're looking at these, can you quickly distinguish the metals, like the different types of metals that you see here?
mean,
and
there's a
then you
lot of
see
metals.
The different silhouettes
Mm-hmm.
with some of the other shapes of these. Yes, here we go.
Here's the
These are
full
cool.
progression, right?
These are
And
cool.
you can tell, like looking at these, the team took inspiration from Halo Reach, but then Halo 3. Certainly, there's some reference in terms of
Yeah,
the
the
progression
general.
system
Very
to
much.
MCC.
Very
But
much
then
the Bungie
also,
era.
when you experience and you earn these in game as well, what's cool is other folks who worked on this, Mark Dunbar, and then also Julian Van Putten.
Oh, that's really
There's
nice.
animation
That
as
works really
that's
well.
involved. So that's one of the awesome things with this. Here's a great
Look at the
example
hero.
where
It's bigger.
the career
The
ranks
nice
now
red.
we
Oh,
use them
that's
as
pretty.
adornments elements.
Oh, I
on
love
your
it.
Nameplates. So not just in game, but then also. in
This
other
is the
places like
first thing
so
since launch that I've
awesome.
genuinely
Something
loved.
I know I hadn't thought about until we were chatting more is just you have
Well,
to,
this
how much
and the
intentionality and
new
thoughtfulness has to
weapon
go into
models.
every potential use case. How readable is it? What's the right way to show it?
Yes.
Thank you for shouting out.
I'm
ways
so
to
happy about
use
this.
it.
I'm so happy.
Also, you'll be able
I'm
to
so
battle
happy that
players
Halo has done
VR
something that I
and
really
as
like.
well. So I like that we're bringing that to the forefront. Sean, I think you told me you were super excited. Your favorite, of course, is the final
Onyx.
ranked tier.
Well,
and
the hero rank, yes.
it's not skill based, so I think you have a chance of achieving it.
Hey-o.
Right? So, but we are super excited.
1v1.
I know.
Let's do it for charity.
I know you don't like me to use the word journey, but there's no other way to say it. It really is. Your journey will begin on June 20th when you begin your adventure.
So it's
from
not
Hero
skill-based.
to Hero. And we're excited to kind of be a part of that.
Interesting.
We're looking forward to it. Any final thoughts from either one of you? Any kind of closing remarks before we let you go?
Someone's mic's got a loose wire.
I am excited too. Yeah, I'm very excited. As always, I'm super grateful to the players. Without them, we wouldn't, be doing any of this stuff. And keep playing.
Good.
Try to
Keep that.
flights. So we
Bring me
had,
Firefight. Keep
I
that.
shouldn't plug this, but I'm going to. No, I'm going to plug it. I should be plugging it. Halo Insider, flighting. It's important. You should try to join. And
Yep, do it. If you're in it, if you like Halo,
because we had
join.
Career rank in flights.
Yeah, we did private flights. I mean,
Exactly
we have
right.
internal flights and sort of private flights, but that feedback loop is constant. It maybe can't always involve the entirety of the community, but I do want to. I mean, we've said this before. I will reconfirm.
I've done a few of them in the
Broader
past.
flighting is in
I've
the
done a
plan
few for
the future.
MCC.
It's being actively worked
I think I
on.
did one for
We're going to
Infinite
get back
early
to
on.
letting anyone in the Insider program have the opportunity to get hands-on and help us get that critical feedback, and just results in a better experience and product at the end of the day, right?
Absolutely.
That's what we want. We want Halo to be
Sign up
good.
for
We
Halo
want it to be
Insider.
back on
Thank you,
top.
Sean. Thank you so much, Tiana. We're going to take one more quick break. When we come back, we want to talk to you about
Sean's fun
Forge,
as well. I like
Infection,
seeing Sean.
a couple new things coming on the playlist front, and everything else coming in Season 4. We'll be right back.
Get ready for elevator music. Okay, I'm really they've just shown off the two bits that I'm really excited for together. Battle Pass is still a bit of a problem. I'll still be buying it because I've got 1,000 credits just sitting to spend. I haven't even finished the Season 3 Battle Pass yet, so why wouldn't I? But there's some really nice unlocks. The Hazard suit is looking really nice. I still have problems with coatings. I fundamentally hate the coatings design. I don't think coating should be a thing. It should have been like Anthem, and there's not many times that I would say anything positive about Anthem. But the coating system and the coloration for the armor that they had was perfect for Halo Infinite. And it's just a shame that they haven't gone down that route. But they are improving. I will give them that. Well done. You are improving. Keep it up. Keep doing better. We know you can. Again, weapon coatings. I don't like that there's multiple ranks that give you different weapon coatings, and they're aware it's a problem. They'll look into it. That's fine. The new, like that there, you can see the BR. It's so pretty. I wonder what it looked like with my shader on. I love this, where they're actually changing how the weapons look, like they've been personally modded by your Spartan. If your Spartan's out in the field, he's changing things. Or if he's just done some missions and it's just not feeling quite right, he's got some aftermarket mods and things. He's put it on, he's pulled some strings to get some stuff from the Quartermaster. All this kind of stuff builds into the narrative of your Spartan. It's what I've always wanted. I've always just wanted the ability to customize my Spartan as much as possible. Halo 5 took that away. Infinite is putting it back in slowly, but it's putting it back in, and it's doing it very well. I'm a little bit wary, and I'll need to see it all for myself. That's the problem. So Tuesday we'll go over it all on the other channel. I don't know how long that video will be, but we'll go over it all. But positive, positive, positive. I'm liking this. And career rank it's perfect. It didn't talk about how you're actually going to level up. It's time-based. It's a little bit concerning. We'll see. I thought it was skill-based, to be fair, but it's not. We'll see how it goes. But anything of progression, any level that gives you that gives you a new little sticker on your icon when you load into a game for other people to see, I think it's cool. I'm glad it's there. You don't have to care about it, you just unlock it for free. You probably don't even have to have it on show. They should give you that option. If they don't, I'd be a little worried. But you know, it's good. It's positive. I like positive. So next up we're going to see Forge. I don't understand Forge. It was far too complicated for me when it came in Halo 3. But it's always nice to see the crazy things that people come up with. And the playlist changes, I'm interested to see, because I have a few issues with the playlist. I think there's a lot of gameplay styles that are all thrown in. So you've got your Team Slayer, which is your bog standard Slayer. Great. But then the social quick play playlist is everything else. And it's a bit chaotic for me. I'd rather have a Team Slayer playlist, a Capture the Flag playlist, Strongholds playlist, so you can actually specifically pick the game mode that you feel like playing. That's a small thing. It probably won't ever happen. Fine. It's just something that I would like to see. But we'll see if they mention it, if they talk about it. Maybe it's something that they'll bring in down the future. I am glad that the challenge system, again, which I hate, but the challenge system now doesn't force you to play certain game modes. Because saying complete 3 Stronghold matches and all you're getting is Capture the Flag because they're in the same playlist, stupid. And they fixed that. Positive change. They have been listening to the community since the release of this. They've been doing really well at listening on feedback. They just mentioned there about the Insider. Good. Positive. This is a slow progression, but it's progression and it's moving forward. It's moving in the right way. If they want Halo Infinite to stick around for a few more years, they need to be listening to the community. And in time, the more that they listen to the community, the more that they understand how these systems work, the more that they know what the community want, when the next Halo game comes out, or the next iteration of Halo multiplayer, whatever it may be, they have a better idea of where to start it. They've had the franchise for over 10 years, they should have known that by now. But we have new leadership, we have a new focus, we have a team that's figuring it all out, and they're doing a pretty good job so far. They've been very quiet since January, but they're doing a pretty good job so far, so I'm not going to rag on them. I'm really trying to be positive with this, and Season 4 is a massive step forward, positive change to how I think they're approaching Halo Infinite. And at this point it's just, what are they saying coming next? It's going to hopefully pull me back in. Hint, hint, Season 5, hint, hint, firefight. We don't know. It's all just speculation, but come on guys. You're so close to pulling me back in. You're so close. And if you drop firefight, I'll be there day one to play the hell out of it. I'll stream it so that whoever jumps in can see it in action. You have a dedicated fan base who would just eat up that mode. And it's not just me that says that. I saw in the YouTube chat before, in the chat scrolling for an hour before they kicked off. So many questions. Where's firefight? Where's firefight? Where's firefight? There's a big chunk of the community that want the PvP, you know, the multiplayer aspect that they have now, just more modes. But there is a chunk that want the PvE stuff.
Still coming to you live from 343 here
They
in
know,
Redmond,
they've heard.
Washington, and we are talking about Halo Infinite Season 4 Infection. Unishek, welcome back. We had a little bit of rearrangement here. I want to give a quick shout out. Unfortunately, Michael Shore had a conflict come up. He had to pull out of being here today. So
we'll do it live.
We're going to do it without him.
Fixing bugs.
Go on, but he's given us a lot of good notes to talk to. We have some cool things coming to Forge and the playlist front. And we're going to take a few minutes here right now to walk through that. So, John, I think we start by jumping into what's new and notable with Forge. And I do believe you have created a little demo here to help illustrate some of those new things.
Spent some time building out a little map here on Scar. We can take a look here.
Nice.
Just laid out
I don't understand any of this.
Objects that'll be coming in with this season. You can see I've got some Forerunner glyphs along with a bunch of Forerunner objects, which is brand new. We already had the
the glyphs are new. That's
we
cool.
are, like filling it out with even more Forerunner objects. A lot of these, if not all of these, can be scaled up and bring you a ton of gameplay variety.
Nice.
One other thing with scaling I wanted to bring up is we also have VFX scaling in this season. So you can see this is the default size of this fire here. It's a human fire around a medium size. I think is its default size. Then you can just kind of scale it up if you want to. And alongside the scaling of these FX objects, we also now have toggles. So you can toggle between the damage and sound. So if you want it to make any sound or deal damage to players, you can go ahead and change that, right? If you want to have it so players
Oh,
walk
that's
fire,
cool.
right, and not take damage in your forge creation, you can totally do that now. And here's just a few other examples of scaling of effects objects, right? That's the default size. And you can scale it, and it still looks so good.
Yeah.
And you can just use this to really plus up a bunch of your maps and really make it look beautiful.
That does look
For
cool.
any fans of the Forge Fundamental series, I went ahead and made a giant Giga Grunt, and I was able to do this with a single fire. In that Forge Fundamental series, I placed a bunch of different fires around the grenades. In this case, I only had one single little plasma fire burning, and I just put it on both of the plasmas. So now my Giga
That's
Grunt
cool.
there is fully sized out with only needing a few objects. This season also brings in a water palette, which I did want to touch on.
It is a very
You can
pretty
see
game.
A little bit of it here. These rocks I kind of built to make a small little pool. These aren't part of Scar, but built this nice little pool, and then I dropped in this water, and you can kind of see you've got this fantastic water that you can now add.
Wow,
This
that's
is the
cool.
first time in any Forge of any Halo game that you've got placeable, scalable water, and it just really adds so much to your maps.
For sure, and this also, I believe, one of the most highly requested
That's
additions
cool.
that we've had since Forge launch and Infinite.
Yes, actually, in fact, I'm going to fly over to the center of the map. We talked about the Death Pit with Barry Hill and Kaylee a bit, but you can go ahead and scale the water. There's me scaling it in action, and I'll just add it to this little center Death Pit, and now it looks like I've got a full pit of water just here, completely covering the center of this map, and it allows you to do
That's
so
cool.
much.
Yet the fire still
Yeah.
burns below.
Yep. So you could still fall into that center pit of death. It won't cause too much of an issue, but you've got water that is placeable, scalable. It's
Yep.
incredible.
So the water
And I
doesn't
wanna call
kill
out,
you.
too, it is purely aesthetic at this point, but Shore did want to make sure we let folks know that the team is working on kind of how to take that the next level and make something that's a little bit more interactive that would respond to the player, respond to bullets, and things like that.
Yeah, so this is the dynamic version. We will have
When they bring that in, that's
static
awesome.
version.
There's
We
so
will
much you
have a
could do with
dynamic
Forge.
version coming in a later season. Beyond that,
Forge was
addition,
such an ambitious
as
mode
much
when
as
it
I
came
love
out, and they
water,
really
go
have
on and
ramped
on
that up
about
with
it,
Infinite,
we
which is so
also
good.
have mini-game mode coming, which is a mode that has no existing or underlying mode logic. So it's truly just you are on the map hanging around. And so you can then take objects that are on the map, like this brand new ball object, which you could use to, say, plant in an enemy base or throw in certain modes, and script this to have all sorts of game logic. In fact, you could script all three of these objects, whether it's this stronghold zone, the oddball, or the ball, and have all three of them interacting and live on the map at a certain
You could do some
time.
amazing
Right?
griff ball
Be able to
stuff.
Plant this there, do that objective, hold the ball for that long, then do this objective, and make some really cool creative modes.
So I mean, we're gonna blow the. We've already seen some amazing Forge, not just maps but modes, but this is really gonna blow the lid off of it, right? Like there's almost no
Yeah.
limitation really in terms
Absolutely.
of how creatively you want to be, because you're not really confined to just the logic and the rules that we had already baked in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very cool.
That's cool. That's a really
Some
cool
other
addition.
Quality of life additions, right? Which is some universal player blockers, which will help people secure their maps without needing as many objects. You also have some budget improvements. I can actually pull that up on the menu here. You can see a breakdown of the budget. It's much more detailed now in Season 4, so you can kind of see what is going right or wrong with your map and kind of tune the areas that you need to make sure your map is performing very well. And then there's also, I'll say, like version notes for when you do save it. You can say, hey, I've added, say, Forerunner decals, then Forerunner
Oh,
objects,
that's cool.
then I built the pond. And you can do that with every single save that you do, so that you or your collaborators
That's really cool.
know what you've been doing on that version.
This whole
It's mind blowing. I think
this whole
it's
mode
safe
just
to say
does
Infinite
blow my
Forge
mind because I don't
hands
get it.
down the most powerful,
But somebody with vision
robust
and the
version of
ability to do it,
title,
oh,
and
they'd make
somehow
amazing
they just
stuff.
Keep getting it more and more powerful, more and more robust, and honestly, for folks who may be like me and probably realistically will never really have the time or the skills to get in here and build some of these amazing creations, doesn't matter because we're all going to benefit by the awesome stuff that
Yeah.
the creative Forge community will create. And for some of you may have already seen, we have community content coming into matchmaking off and on. We have the community collection playlist. We're starting to see some of these maps now permeate
Yeah.
through the experience. I know Michael Shore and the Forge team and playlist team, that's something that they're committed to. In fact, I did want to give a shout out. We are always on the hunt for Forge 4v4 experiences to bring into matchmaking. In particular, we are right now,
Cool.
I believe, looking for submissions that might fit into a Husky raid experience,
Yes,
right?
we are. Yeah, we have a post on Halo Waypoint where you can go and find a Husky raid template that you then just need to art up and make it your own, right? The base underlying gameplay is all set up, just art it up, and then you can hit it with the tag in game on the content browser on your asset and make sure you submit it to 343 for matchmaking consideration.
Yep, you can also
Cool.
visit the Halo official Discord server. I believe there's some groups in there about Forge as well, some additional resources.
Yep.
And lastly, Shore also just wanted me to plug, we're also always on the lookout for Forge BTB content. We know we've heard a lot of feedback from folks that obviously we appreciate the arena experiences, but hey, can we get some Forge maps into BTB? That's something the team's currently looking at, and we're always accepting candidates there. And
That's
my
cool.
personal
That's
favorites,
really cool
Castle
that they do
Wars is
do
also
this.
something that we're looking to bring back, and we can only do that with the help of the community
No.
giving us maps that are tailored to that mode.
Yeah, Castle Wars. I know we did a bunch of Halo 5 playdates on Castle Wars anytime it rolled around.
It's mad.
We had a good time. You jumping on the mongoose always, rather than fighting. I
we'll
was like,
do-
you got to use swords.
We'll get back to that again. I will play my Castle Wars Halo Infinite experience at some point soon. I want to talk about playlists now. We're going to switch gears. That's the other side that Forge Lord Michael Shore also is our playlist lead here at the studio.
Forge Lord.
And we haven't talked about this yet, even though it's one of our biggest additions to the game, and that's Infection. It's the brand new mode. Halo fans are very familiar with it throughout the ages. It's kind of shown up in multiple games, but it's
Oh,
back
yeah.
in Halo Infinite with a
It's
different
massive.
Yep.
I love the new sword style as well.
Cool effects, as you can see, as Iratus infects the Spartans. We're looking at some brand new.
Do like the UI as well.
Gameplay here.
Still
One
clean.
thing you'll notice is
There's
the
little
survivors
elements
do
of
spawn with some threat sensors, and the alpha infected. So the first people that spawn as infected zombies will have camouflage. So you have a little bit of a cat and mouse game right off the bat.
nice. Yeah, that's cool. And you see there is a fixed loadout. You start with the Commando and the Bulldog. So you've still got your shotgun. Not the same. It's not the 6 gauge.
Alphas actually have the shrouds,
But
so they can throw down
you've still got the shotgun, and you've got a ranged weapon that isn't as powerful as a battle rifle.
And they can
But that's
also throw
probably on
some
purpose.
shrouds
It's a nice weapon. I like the
to
Commando.
protect their beta infected zombies that they've converted.
Turrets as well.
that
Cool.
Have camouflage, right? So they can kind of lead their own pack in
Yeah.
a sense on those pushes towards these human holdouts.
Now, for folks wondering, like,
So the alphas, just because I talked over that, the alphas start with camo, but if you get turned into a zombie, you don't, which is nice.
My understanding is it's not going away. It's going to be one of
It's a
our
cool little twist.
staple playlists. So you'll have Infection on a variety of maps. It'll be there for the long haul. And I
Nice.
cannot wait to jump in here. And I haven't played that much to be honest. So it's going to be a new experience. I can't wait to go in there and give it a shot.
And we'll have the custom.
It's gonna be fun.
maps that we.
That's right.
we
That
tuned
Kaylee
up a
mentioned,
little
right?
Bit. Yep.
So they'll all have a little bit of a visual flair to kind of tie out that Infection experience.
Yeah,
So
they're really building
super
into
cool,
this. That's
excited to have
amazing.
that. I know folks have been waiting
Yeah.
for it. I'm happy that it will be here.
Another
next
real
Tuesday.
positive of this season.
Another playlist.
An
update
actual
we wanna
really
share
cool
for
game mode.
for ranked playlists, we wanted to touch on that now. We've got some updates have been shared by Tashi. He's our ACS, but also our ranked playlist leads. First of which is a brand new ranked rotational that will debut next week.
Yep. We'll have.
Oh, I don't play ranked.
Coming in, and that's been one fans have been asking for quite some
Cool.
time. We're very happy to bring it in. It's going to be Bandit and AR starts with radar
Ooh.
enabled. So this kind of appeals more towards
Ooh.
the. I don't want to compete in HCS, but I still want to see how good I am at ranked, right? And players have been asking for it. We're happy to deliver it.
Yeah, and another, I think, a nice quality of life change based on
Cool.
feedback is from going forward with Season 4, these ranked rotationals now will run for a full month. So you'll have a little more time to work on
Nice.
that CSR
That's
and,
huge.
and
That's
grind your
huge.
way
Yep.
out. And it's more important than ever because for the first time now, we're happy to say that we have a way for ranked players to kind of flex and show off their prowess and we are excited to announce that as of right now, we have ranked leaderboards live on Halo Waypoint.
What? Actually?
This is a screenshot I just took
Wow.
yesterday. This is what it looks like. I can verify the integrity of the data. I did check with the team. John, I don't know if you know this, but I do play a lot, and as I've gotten older, I've just gotten better. Yeah,
hang on. I'm gonna have to double check with the production booth and see the validity of that asset.
I may have pulled some shenanigans. Okay, so this might be a little more realistic, but the fact remains the same. You'll be able to visit Halo Waypoint, check out ranked leaderboards. Right now, for the remainder of Season 3, you'll be able to
if you're into flexing ranked, playing ranked, cool.
Season 3, and then of course,
I don't know how, again, I don't know how it's taken this long to get this, but it's there. Take the win. Take the win.
All in the top 10, right? Tons of pro players who deserve it if they've been grinding ranked arena, putting the time in. And seeing the results.
Yeah, so that's live on Halo Waypoint right now. So you got a few more days to see.
They should do more with Waypoint. Waypoint always seems like, certainly the app is just
in the top spot.
An odd waste of assets.
Okay, and then with that, John, I'm looking at my notes here, and what do you know? We have hit most of the big ticket items. Season 4 has a lot of great stuff coming. Let's just do a quick recap here. Look at this handy graphic. We talked about infection.
Okay, so love career rank.
You'll find that
There's some nice stuff in the battle pass. It doesn't mention.
We heard about that from Tiana and Sean.
Doesn't mention the weapons, but I suppose they're in the battle pass.
Next Tuesday on the 20th. Battle your way from
New equipment, meh on lukewarm, but Forest looks nice. Infection will be fun. Scar looks interesting. 5 seasonal events.
The equipment.
Interesting.
Threat Seeker, Quantum Translocator, plus those other.
There's some nice looking stuff in the seasonal events as well.
We spent some time on the Battle Pass. That's all going to be available next week as well. We didn't spend a lot of time talking about it, but just a reminder, we will have 5 seasonal events. They're
Hazmat's growing on me.
Reward tracks, variety of content you'll also be able to add to.
It's nicer than the Chimera core. The Chimera crap.
John, you just walked us through some of the Forge updates that are coming. I also want to just give a shout out. There will be more improvements and fixes. So make sure next week you head over to the Halo support site. I think we popped that up here for you on the bottom. But not only is this the place to go,
so I won't cover them
thank everyone that's
unless you guys want me to. If you want me to, tell me and I'll do a video on them. But
it's a great way to make sure the team gets that information. You can act on it. But make sure you head there next Tuesday for.
I don't play it enough for that to affect me. Let's put it that way.
That have changed in the game.
Although I did have a really odd bug this week.
We'll have it all.
Where the cutscenes were just lagging all the time. Sound and vision. Audio was terrible.
I think 1 or 2 more blocks coming to Halo Waypoint.
Fixed itself after 24 hours.
Oh, we forgot about this too, John. When is Halo Infinite Season 4 arriving where you live?
So it drops 7 p.m. UK time on the 20th.
Pacific time here, our normal kind of launch for seasons. And then wherever you are at, you can kind of find the local region and go from there.
So
Tuesday, isn't it? It's not Monday, it's Tuesday. Yeah,
now, before we fully
I'll see if I can do it live. Maybe stream it. We'll stream my full reaction going through the battle pass with a fine-tooth comb. Maybe a game of infection as well.
We put out a call a few months back asking the community, please send us your favorite clips.
That'll be over on Top Plays Games. If you do want to check out the proper live streaming channel.
Here in our Season 3 community montage. Now, on behalf of everybody on the studio, we thank you. We appreciate you. Appreciate your feedback. Thanks for sticking with us. I also want to give a shout out to everybody here behind the camera.
I genuinely do think Unishek and Sketch, they do care about the community. They are members of the community. They completely get it. They get a lot of crap. They do. And it's not fair.
We're just going to keep going.
But they are very good at what they do.
And we will see you next Tuesday.
And I do like their streams. I do like their streams when they're on together. They are good fun. And their community playdates, I've watched a few. They are fun. What did you do then? It's one hell of a sniper. Stupid Nick. He does a lot of Halo stuff as well. I can't snipe like that. No way I can snipe that. This is just a community catch-up thing. So this is cool. I like that they do this. They showcase what the community does. And this is, a lot of them are probably streamers and things. Because it's easier for them to capture their footage, right? But yeah, like, it's just watching Halo be played well by people who can really play it's always fun. I enjoy it, and I do watch a lot of the HCS, probably more than I have the time to, in all honesty. But it's just good. It is just a good, fun game to watch. And I'll get back to a point where I feel confident in me playing, but look, you see it there? That's one of the things that I don't like. Oh, it's gone. So the sniper rifle had a little keychain on it, a little weapon charm, but it was flapping around all over the place. It was actually clipping inside the scope. That completely takes me out, so I just don't... Nice. I just don't use them. I love the repulsor as well. I do want to get good with the repulsor at some point. Nice shot. Yeah, they're all dead. The Sentinel rifle is pretty cool as well. Triple muerte. That sounds cooler than triple kill. Massacre. Overkill is a massacre. Nice. No! No! They all went... Oh my god. Wow. Wow. That was just cheesing it. Yeah, Ratos. We'll knock a mute on there. Yeah, look, I'm excited for this. I get tentatively excited for every Halo season. I am more excited about this one because there's more things in here that I want. We'll go over it more on Tuesday when it releases at 7 PM over on the other channel. And I'll probably do it live because I've got into streaming more and I kind of like it. So if you want to see my brutally honest thoughts of going through the Battle Pass with a fine-tooth comb, feel free. I'll throw a scheduled stream up over on Top Plays Games. But no, these are good, these are fun, I like them. I think that they do a good job. I would have loved this to have been last Friday. I get it, there was a lot going on last Friday as well with Summer Game Fest and all the streams and things. So maybe not last Friday. Maybe last Tuesday. So that, as in the Tuesday before Tuesday just gone, so almost 2 weeks ago. Because we didn't get anything at the Xbox Showcase, and that was really annoying. But what they've done here, and I did say, they do like to do their own stuff. They've done their own stuff, and I think they do it very well. This was fun. I liked it. I'm going to keep an eye out for more. I like covering Halo because it's a franchise that I adore. Still, even with all its problems, even with 343 not really doing what I want them to do with Halo, they are still supporting it, and it is looking so much fun with this new season, and I'm looking forward to Season 5 if the leaks and the rumours are true. It might be my season. But I'm going to dip out here. I'm going to go and have a little wander, stretch my legs, because it's still very warm here in the UK. And I'm still recovering from... Go back to... I'm still recovering from all the sitting down for the streams. So I'm going to go have a little wander, get some air, come back and have a chill evening. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Oh, where's my end screen?